Good morning, my friends, and welcome to the Breakfast Club. Here we are on February the 14th, Valentine's Day, 2024. My name is Darren Hancock. I'll be your host today, reading the charts here in the NASDAQ. Let's kind of do a quick little shoot through. I'm in a little trade here, looking at this consolidation, broke above an old high, took 50% of that. It hit it, reacted off of it. Below a low, closed below a low, got in there, and just looking for a little short, catch a short off of here. I'm in a break-even spot now, so I don't want it to get above this little inversion fair value gap sitting right here. Anyway, before we get started on all that shenanigans, let's look at, make sure that I'm in here. Bet my buddy Kirk's already up here and running before I even get in there. See where we're at. Stand by. Stand by. And no one is here yet. Wow. How's that for a surprise? I thought Kirk would be in here before I was. All right. And 175 people. Wow. We opened this year up at 120 people. We're up 50 people already this year. 50 people. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? We've grown 50 people in a month. I love it. It's amazing. Anas, you're the first one in today, buddy. Well, there's probably one other person that's being very quiet. There's 3 people, it says there. Good morning, good morning. All right, and as promised, every day we will do the World Cup standings. And I'll explain this little trade again to anybody who's just popped in. Are you ready? Drum roll. How you doing today, Anas? Anas. Morning, Abs. How's it going, buddy? All right, we're going to do a Tyree! Wonderful morning, afternoon to you. Afternoon over there in Zimbabwe. My man, Tyree. All right. Well, we got 3 people up and running. 5 people, it says. All right. 175 people. Wow. Gratitude. Humbled. Thank you. All right. Here's the World Cup Trading Championships. Let's see. Hitting the drum roll this morning. Who is who in the zoo? But bam. Oh, Kelly's holding it together. Mr. Khan, 57%. Wow, we've had some of the big leaders just suddenly just drop right off, hey? Patrick Nell, he was up here. My little buddy Darren Hill from England. Little David, he's hanging in there though, from Canada. Top 4, man. Good for you, buddy. Well done. I like this. We have a nice mixture of different countries in here, all making a run for the title. I love it. It's good to see a nice mixture of people all over the world coming together for a healthy challenge. And see, no violence. It's just a bunch of people getting together, mashing it out in the charts, chasing candles, so you can collect the most candles. All right, well, that's the standard, folks. All right, I'll explain again this trade I took this morning. So we had this little consolidation here. I'd like to have seen this take out that high, but this leg here that took out that high, as soon as we traded down and came back into it, took 50% of that leg. You see me take this trade in the past. You'll see why it's 50% right there. So I wanted to get confirmation of that, so it traded below that candle. That inversion fair value gap here, came back up into it, went short right there. Usually you can, if you're kind of ballsy, you'll go for 50%, just take it right off of there and start going. But anyway, that's the trade I'm in this morning. That'll make up for some of those flubbery we were making yesterday. I like to say that when they left yesterday, put the carrot down here for the rest of the people. It shot right through the carrot, which is so nice. Look at that carrot way down here. So we had a nice little run there yesterday. So now I'm going to put the carrot over here. The elusive carrot. All right, give that a little temptation. I'm doing good, thank you. This morning, my wife gave me a nice little Valentine. She's left the house here. She's such a sweetheart. Yesterday, she went out and bought like a whole bunch of flowers because she's a principal at a school. So she bought a whole bunch of flowers for the workers at her school, to show them how much she appreciates what they do there. And she went over to her friend's place, gave her a magazine. Like, we went out shopping for her. I'm like, where are we going? She goes, we got to go to Costco's. There's a bunch of things I got to get. I'm like, what do we need? And it's like, I'm just want to go there. It's like, uh-oh. And sure enough, she went over there, picked up a bunch of stuff for her friends, and she just walked out of here with packages of rolled up flowers and candies for the kids for Halloween. It's like, I swear she spends most of her wages back on the kids and people at school because she just loves them so much. So then she got me a shirt, and she went out of here with her earrings on. I got her, said, these earrings, these little hoop earrings. She loves them, so she's out there. Took her little hoop earrings. Handed me a bag. She makes her own cards. She's so good, so artistic at making cards. So she made this really nice little card for me. I thought it was awesome. So that's up on the mantelpiece in the living room there. Please help me. I still don't have confidence with my entries. I always hesitate. I almost entered that same trade as you did, but hesitated. How best can I deal with that? Oh, that is, you and I are sharing something quite unique there, Tyree. I'm the same way. Like, I don't know how many times yesterday I pointed out multiple different entries for you guys. You can take them, or you don't, or you just watch and just enjoy each candle and how it develops, and just watching price action. But like Michael says, when you get confident and you start being able to trust the candles, trust the levels that you've got, here's a way you can do it. You can either cut down on the leverage. So if you can, for example, for this NASDAQ mini here, the minimum trade you can put in is one hand or one lot. And there's no 0.5 unless you're on the MT5 platform. And I know you can get down into the minis like 10 cents. You can put 10 cents a pip in there, which is probably the lowest you can go. So one thing you can do is, whenever you're looking at these little ranges and you think, well, okay, I'm going to go for 50% of that leg, you're looking at that same entry, but you weren't sure if you take a loss. One of the things that can hold us back is the fact that we're putting too much leverage on that. And you think, if I put my stop loss up there, and all you do is look at the number. So right here, if I put the stop loss up there like this, and I thought, $450? Are you kidding me? That's way too much. That's going to be scary, right? Then there's no way I'm going to I'm going to do that because it's, you know, you're looking at the number instead of saying, well, there's a logical place that I should put my stop loss. Then you need to cut your leverage down, or you need to find an entry that is closer to a stop loss that makes sense to you, and you're not going to take as big a hit if you're wrong. But it's a matter of really knowing how to trust your PD arrays. And the only way you get better at PD arrays is practice, practice, practice. You really got to practice your PD arrays like crazy. Otherwise, if you don't, you'll never have confidence in them. That's why I don't want you guys to copy my trades. I want you to see the logic in it and you say, yes, that makes sense. I'm going to go in right there, low leverage. And if it comes back above me, if it comes back, we close above the 50%. Before it even gets back here, you say, I'm out. I'm going to get out. And then you get out. And if you're wrong, you reevaluate where you went wrong. And it's just feedback. You're not a bad person. You're not a shitty trader. You're none of that stuff. You're just reevaluate your rules and start again. And that's what demo accounts are for. That's what these accounts are for. Practice, practice, practice until you get really confident at your entries, and then start taking, whenever you feel it's ready, go to your live account. If you're not ready for a live account, there's nothing wrong with that. Just keep playing with this. Treat it like a video game if you want. Say, as soon as I get this thing to $1 million, that's great. And then I'll think about throwing $100 in on something. But the only way you can do it is either cut your leverage, manage your stop losses, what's your trade plan, not just your entry, but what's your exit? When does it fail for you? And if it fails for you, put the rule down, write it out on a piece of paper. You say, I'm going to get in at 50% of that thing. And if I see that thing close above 50%, I'm out. Wicking through it is fine, but if it closes above it, I'm out. And the moment that candle forms right there, you could say, great, there's my high. That's it. If it breaks that high again, I'm out. So if your entry's in at the 50% and it breaks that high, you've got your stop loss is really tiny. You could put it just above the high here, whatever. My rule is if it closes above 50%, I'm probably wrong. And it's going to keep on going for the high. Now look at this. We've traded above this, so I'm closing this off. That's my rule, so I'm out. See that little that inversion right there? I was looking at here. We finally closed above it, so I'm out. Now, the way I could manage this is wait for it to come back into it and tag it. Get a little bit more juice out of that lemon, squeeze one more drop out of it before it continues going higher. Now, if it rolls over and goes all the way back down again, I don't care. That was my rule. If the body breaks the high of the inversion, I'm out. So I don't care if it rolls over here and goes all the way down now. And it's in a consolidation, so I don't want to play there anymore. Again, rules, follow your rules, stick with them. And if they're wrong, modify them, find out why they're wrong, and then modify them. But start developing trust in your entry. Start off with as low leverage as you can. If you can start off at 10 cents an entry, do it. Because my next question to you, Tyree, would be, if you start to feel that, if you put 10 cents in here, let's say you nailed that right on the button at 10 cents, and all of a sudden it went all the way down here and you made $1.80, and you thought, if I put one lot on that, that would have been $180, or that would have been $1,000. Man, if you start thinking like that, you're not ready to trade, because you're trading out of greed instead of out of a logic that you say, no, that worked out perfect. When I'm ready to increase my leverage, when I feel more confident about that, put in a little bit more leverage on there, 20 cents, 30 cents, instead of rushing up to try and get these big grand slams. I did that so many times, thousands of times. I try to hit a grand slam. In the years I've been doing this, I was trying to hit the big grand slam, and I'm wrong. I get hammered. So it's about trusting your PD arrays. See how this is going over now? The body traded above. That was my rule. And we're in a consolidation, so I have no doubt it's probably going to come back up here and clean this lot out here. I'm looking at that little piece way up there one more time. See, now you have a body, trade below it, right here. Now, ideally, you enter in there and go short. But because we're in a consolidation, it's gambling. And your stop loss would be right above there. But see how all these equal highs here? I wouldn't have much confidence in. You're playing cat and mouse game with inversions here and very little reward. Like, what are you aiming for? This low here, that low there, this low here. 10 handles. Like from here, 10 handles, 77.67 is right here. You have to get all the way back down here. This looks good here on the hourly. This little consolidation, old high. I like this as an objective, or run these lows out back to this original order block here, which is the breaker for that run up. Or this could be the breaker, I suppose, right there. This is just mitigation. Didn't break that high, but if you look at it as a parent order block for this whole run up, that would be a big monster one to trade back into. So you're looking to get some support off this on the hourly, so we can start digging down into this inversion or this BISI here. That area right there looks really nice. It lines up with old highs. It's inside this inversion here. See, we hit that order block, reacting off of it. Now if you just see it roll over here and come back down into here. What time are we sitting at? 19. Oh, that's a nice little entry. 16, 17, 18 inside of order block. So that could be a nice little dip down from there. Didn't see the time. It's the perfect time to get into a little short. There's a swing point occurs right there. Did that answer your question, Tyree? I hope so. Good morning, Kirk. Absolutely nothing wrong with micros, man. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. Here's another way you can do it too. Michael teaches this, that if your entry, if you end up getting taken out, let's say you put one standard lot on there and you were wrong, your next trade should be half of that. So you'd be putting on 0.5 of a lot. And if you're wrong, cut it in half again. So you'll be doing 2.5 or 0.25. And if you're wrong again, split it in half again. Well, you shouldn't be trading if you've taken like 3 hits, 2 or 3 hits in a day. You should be out. And then as you, if you get your price back, then you increase it by half. Increase it by half. And it's not about cutting your leverage all the time. It's about finding your trading plan and getting back in sync with your trading plan and not letting money be your driver. If money is driving you, you've got the whole wrong attitude towards trading. Completely wrong attitude. It should be about looking for your ideal setup and waiting for that great entry, for it to come back to you. Let it come to you. Don't chase after it. And if you keep chasing after it and you're wrong, that means cut your leverage, because you're trading, you're gambling. And you better gamble with less and less pennies before you lose them all. It should not be a game about money and numbers. It should be about precision and candles, time and price. The money will take care of itself once you figure out how the algorithm works. That's the best advice I could give you. Because I obsessed over money, and I obsessed over the this is it. I'm going to hit the long haul, and I'd over leverage. And then I'd revenge trade. I'd do all the things that Michael said not to do. And I did them because I knew better. I knew better than him. You know, that worked for him. That wouldn't work for me. Well, that doesn't work for me. Yeah, want to bet? You'll come around. You'll come around. It happens. It happens to everyone, especially when you're just starting out. And what makes it worse is sometimes is being in a community like this. If you see people now posting on the side in the conversation part, like, oh, I just made $800. I just did this. I did that. That in itself can put some psychological pressure on you, because you start to go, ah, man, those guys are making it. They got in on that trade. I didn't. And then you start to beat yourself up. You say, I have to. And you create a sense of urgency in your mind that you should be in the markets. You should have found that. And your cortisol starts to rise in your body, and you feel the anxiety of other people's trades, success, and your failure. And you become comparative. You compare your failures to their successes, and then it makes you beat yourself down all the more. That is not what this community is about. We're here to help each other grow. I'm here to try and teach you as much, or not teach you, but show you as much of how I analyze the markets as I can. And if it helps you, then I'm super happy with this. Derek puts his charts up on the weekends so people can see them on our Telegram channel. We all give some feedback on what we see. It's not a bashing anybody's ideas. We just like to give feedback so we can all get a sharper view of what we see in the markets. But really, look at the community as a place for people to help each other. It's not about bragging about how much money you make. It's about saying, you know, we're all happy for you if you collect some shekels out of the deal. That's great. But otherwise, we're here to help you out, Tyree, man. Just give yourself some grace. Give yourself some time. Give yourself some love and say, hey, it's okay. It's okay. I'm with people who are clearly doing it. If they're making it, these guys are reporting how much they're doing, which is it's nice. You're with people that care about you. You're with people that know what they're doing, or they're very lucky. Whatever way you want to look at it. And we're here to help out. I am. I know Derek is. I know Lori is. I know the guys. You know, I haven't seen anybody in here yet that's not willing to help us out. And it's the love of the community is what I want. I want to keep building that here. So when you're just starting out, ask questions. And I'll try to explain every one of my entries. If I take an entry, I'll explain the reason behind it and where I'm prepared for it to fail. If it fails at a certain spot, then I'm out. Like right here, if you were going short on this entry that we talked about here, and you're aiming for, like I was pointing out, these lows, you would have got that piece there, moved to break even, and then you would have got your 27, I think it was, 77 to 67. It's literally 10 handles, and you get out right there. And then the moment it breaks this candle right here, that body closed above it, you're out. No different than what I did up here, that little tiny one, wherever it was, that it popped above it, and I was like, I'm out right there. That little guy, when it closed above, I got out. See, we're looking up here. That's the little idea I'm looking for up there, that little imbalance. The little order block up there was a breaker, big run down. So that's my line in the sand right there. So anyway, I'm looking up there for that dude. See what happens. Now this one may be another one of those situations where we have, let me just look at something here. Watch there. A little consolidation, a run above, break below, come back into 50% of that. Are we going to push higher? If we close above, we're literally closed on it here. So do we close above? If we close above, look for here or even up here. And we're sitting at 723, so we take that high out there now. Then I'm looking for up higher. Yeah, okay, good. So we can forget that idea. That's it. See right there. If you were in and you were short right there, that's who you'd be out. I wouldn't want to see that wick go above that thing one more time. Nope. There, you're looking in here now. Tyree, yes, I did. Thank you. Well, the pressure also is that I don't have a job and I want to work this year. Yes, that's a lot. You know, you're trying to do it for your family. You want to put your kids through school. You want to, I get all of that. I'm actually not bad at trading. It's just the mental side of it that gets me. You and me both, brother. You and me both. But watching you do what you do is giving me confidence in my analysis also, because I will be seeing the same things you're seeing. Excellent. Good for you, Tyree. In the morning, I actually used your advice. I missed the trade during the London when I was like, I will just enter anyway, but I did with a small lot. Took me out, and I was so happy to be wrong. Because now I'm just waiting to get perfect entry. Good morning. Good morning. If I may ask, how do you know that price is about to break out of a consolidation? I might end up getting charged. How do I know when it's going to break out? Remember when we talked about when consolidations start to compress and we're looking at PD array to PD array? And you say, now they're running out of PD arrays. There's nowhere else for it to go. A lot of people just look at a consolidation and go, I have no idea. Well, if you actually go through every single candle, PD array to PD array, and we go through those inversions and we go through the breakers and we go through the order blocks and fair value gaps and imbalances, and we keep looking at these little ranges that are created, and if they get smaller and smaller and smaller, you say, now it's got to break out, or it's going to bash around in here. We're going to wait for a breakout. Now, which side would we like to see it break out to? What's my overall bias on the higher time frame? Right? So we're looking for when it compresses, it runs out of arrays. Like, you know, this guy here and that guy there. We ran down to him, midpoint. We came up to him. We ran down into him one more time, and then all of a sudden, blammo. Off. We've just run out of PD arrays to play with. Yeah, I guess you could have played with one smaller one there, but now we're getting close to the 7:30 or 8:30 open. This hint right here, we're coming back down, looking to run out these highs. If we just pop up above there, I'm going to try something here. I'm going to try a turtle soup if it pops up above that. And again, this is just, do not take this trade. I am just trying an idea of a turtle soup. Just because this went pop down, that opening usually gives you the idea that, hey, we're going down. So I'm going to run up, give everybody a sense that we're on this, bring a whole bunch of people in on this as a Judas swing. As soon as it pops above that, I'll go short. And I'm just, it's purely from a, I'm trying to do a turtle soup here. Here we go. Now, where does one put the stop loss? All right, so my stop loss now will go right there. If it comes back through me, it's already run the highs now. Big wick. That's going to be my setup or set my stop now. And if this one closes below this low here, I'll come back into that candle there. So it's a zero stress trade now. So when people are going long on that, you turtle soup it. That was my indication right there, that we could possibly be going lower. As soon as it opened, it goes boop, pops down, says, we're going to go this way. But first, I want everybody to think I'm going this way. And I'm going to take out an old high. You can turtle soup me right there. That was the idea that I was looking for. So, and then I wait. Hopefully it doesn't. I'm looking over here going, oh man, where would I put my stop loss if I'm wrong? So I just put it above that high there. If it comes back and takes me out, $100, whatever. And it's gonna. What's that sitting on? I'm just sitting on top of that breaker. So if we just run it out, come back to the breaker, stay inside that little puppy. If we lose the breaker, then obviously there might be, this could be wrong. But that was the logic behind the turtle soup anyway, was this. Now that's not always 100%, by the way, but that's what I was going for. Where on earth do you get the confidence to do that? What if it goes all the way with you? This is deep. Good morning. Fake out. I didn't have the confidence to do it. It's a demo account. It's a demo account, and I'm looking at that. I did not do that on a live account, clearly. But here's where you get your confidence to do that. Here's where you get your confidence. And you see me pull that into a zero stress trade. Now it's about, Tyree, now it's about looking at this and saying, I'm a zero stress. The trade is paid for itself now on an idea that I had. Now, I could be wrong. That could have just shot straight up, and I would have had to say, what's the loss I want to take? And there's a little tiny imbalance sitting right there at the hourly, so it would have been up around just above that. And I would have been out and taking a loss, and taking a $500 loss, which isn't so bad on a $100,000 account. But as soon as it starts to drop down, you go, great. That wick, I like to see that big snap back like that. As soon as you see that snap back, you go, you little sneakers. You're trying to sucker people in. I was looking for a turtle soup. I know what you're up to. This little guy right here was the indication that, hey, guess what? We're going to go south, but I'm going to sucker everybody in. You're not going to get me. So you kind of look at that. That's why we put the carrot down here. Kind of give it some motivation, you see. Love the carrot. Bring on the carrot. There you go. Come to the carrot, monsieur. And it's, when you think about it, it's 7:30 on the open. What would be a logical place to run out liquidity? If you've got this pool of liquidity sitting here, where's a logical place for all these people who are going short, and they're trailing their stops? You run them up, you take them out, and then let's head back down. Ooh, the carrot. See, he nibbled on the carrot. And we'll move the carrot down some more. Now, if I was more than one handle on this, I'd scale out a piece right here. Even though there's equal lows, it's probably going to take them. I'd scale out a piece right there, but I can't So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this back to here, because this order block here, I don't want this order block to be lost, and there's an inversion right here. There should not be enough wick to come up here. If it does, there's the rejection block again. I want to say just above the rejection block. So I want to see this drive down now. I want to see it start getting into this lower level, and that little pop up there finishing off that fair value gap. Just wicking into, where did it wick into here? Did it come into 17? Oh, it did. No, it didn't. I was looking at this little inversion right here. See that? Now a lot of retail people think this is resistance, right? And what time are we looking at here? We have the Crazy Ivan time. Crazy Ivan. Then when it becomes zero stress, then you start saying to yourself, don't look at these numbers. Don't look at the numbers at all. If you could just stuff them off to the side there, don't worry about them, or just turn them off. Look at where's the logical place for me to get my trade out and be happy with it. If it takes off on you and keeps going down, then so be it. So be it. Sorry, it's chasing the carrot again. Let me move my carrot some more here. Give him a sniff first. Sniffy sniff. Tasty carrot. Here we go. So we just ran those lows. So I get a piece out for sure out there. Like that's just one handle, right? And we're zero stress in it now. So it doesn't matter what happens, you're gonna make money today. We're managing it from the back end, not the front end. The front end, if it gets down into, I think I got a trade way down there, do it not? Oops. Ah, damn it. Move that. Oh, it's right here. It's supposed to be right here. That's where I'm looking. Delicious and nutritious. Good for your eyes. Now we're gonna manage this some more. I'm looking at this area here now. This inversion, I want it to hold price. Oh, this guy's hungry today. He's coming for the carrot. Hard and fast. So now we've got this consolidation. We broke above it, come back down. So now think about this. We've had a leg that takes out all these highs. What's 50% of that range? Could that theoretically come all the way back into there and take us out? %50 puts us right back into that order block. Eek. That's a long way up. I want to see this hold. I don't want to see that 50% come back into there. So my rule now is, now we've got a breaker right here running up, taking all those highs out. If that breaker, I'll allow even to come up here. If that breaker starts getting taken out, I'll close the trade. Because a breaker should hold price, correct? If it doesn't, and it starts to go through it, then I'm looking for that 50% again, back into this inversion up here, that guy up there, and it could be wrong. So this should be, this big block of trades here should hold price. Right inside that inversion there would be nice. This reprice, rebalance. shenanigans. What time we were looking at? 42. So we got this one and next 3 minutes we should see a swing point. Okay, so we're coming into the breaker now. See it snap off of it? That's what I like to see. I don't want to see that keep driving through that now. You want to see that snap off of it and start driving back down. We have an inversion right here. We don't want to see that close. If it closes above it, we'll close out the trade. I'm getting out of there now because that's starting to run up a little too high. Oop. Oh, I was closing the wrong one out. I closed out my stop loss instead of my... Okay, so right there is the top of that. So I don't want to see it come up there again. If it comes past that, we're into... Oh yeah, we've already closed above that. Yeah, let me get out. My rule. My rule. Sit broke the rule. See, there's the rule. We have a body close above that inversion. So now you got to pull your fib tool back here and say what's 50% of this range. So look for this inversion. So there's a discount or premium array up here that we can get into a short again, which is also close to that 50% of that range that we talked about here. So 50% puts us right into that inversion. So we'll see. We'll just watch this now to see if it comes back up here. See, now there's no specific spot other than that little fair value gap down here that you could have aimed for, but unless that's your objective, then good for you. But as soon as that little inversion breaks with a body, then I'm like, okay, that's my rule, and I'm out. And so far it's paying off. Would have taken me out here anyway. And if it turns around and augers back down, then so be it. We're into, yes, we've talked about this, I didn't check it. 50% of the consolidation. Watch that really carefully. And there's 50% of the consolidation from there to there. The bodies are respecting it. Would have taken me out anyway. Had my stop loss would have been too tight anyway, because I had it sitting right here. That wick would have taken me out. We're back into inversion. See that? Right on the top of it here. We come back, find support. It tells me it's got more upside. Lots of smooth equal lows below. Great trade, D. Thanks. Took out the pre-market low. So now we've got this shenanigans going here. We've sought liquidity above and below the morning. So we're through the 50%. Look for the leg that takes out. We'll see what happens here. This inversion here, we want to see a body get up here and then wick up to that spot. And then you want to see that just tap it and then come back down into this range right here. And notice I'm not loading anything on it. So this is that confidence thing you were talking about, Tyree. Say, do I take it or not? Is this inversion going to hold? Well, that's like saying I'm going to pick a high every time, right? And you never want to be one of those guys that thinks he can predict a high. So I was hoping the wick would drive up in here and this body would still stay in here like this. So big wick does the damage, come back up. It's just short of it, so it just came back into the order block. Has not hit the inversion here. We're still inside this guy here in a premium array. So this guy may run up here one more time, tap it. Inside here. Now if we drive through that and we close above that point, same rule that we had when we talked about the price leg before, if we close above it. So ask yourself, Tyree, now, so to look at your entry. If this was the entry, for example, we had the leg that takes out the highs. We get 50%. We want to see the body. I don't mind a wick through it, but the next one that opens, whatever that wick is, that's your high, your stop loss. And if you're wrong, you're wrong. That's an idea. That's one idea I've got anyway. So let's just watch and see if it works out. That trade was crazy. Are you open for extra lessons? Man, oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh, I thought we hit it. I thought we hit it. But now we've got a body closed in above here now. Watch this. See how we've hit this inversion here? Right here. And I'm okay if we're a little short, but the mean threshold of that candle is right there. Or is that it? I think this hit the mean threshold. I think that 50% is just a fraction above it. Now I'm curious to know. I line that guy up on there, and I line that guy up on there, right on the 50%. See that? Right on it. Hit it. Mean threshold hits that inversion. Dag nabbit. Do you love precision, folks? Do you love some precision? We are roasting potatoes today. Roasting them. Look at that. All right, so let's stay on focus here. Let's stay focused. So your inversion here now. Look at this one and watch this guy here. These should provide support to continue down lower. See, Tyree, that's one of those ones you go, I lacked the confidence to take something that was almost like dead on precision. I do a crazy one like a turtle soup, but that one there, which was logical, I've explained it I don't know how many times, and look, we'd be killing it again. But that's okay. That's okay. Keep focused. Focus, focus. It's when you got to trust your arrays. And I trust the arrays. I just don't trust me. That's the psychology I was dealing with right there. That's good. That's interesting. Okay. One day I want to do a trade. I want to trade with you guys and do a PD array to PD array. Just keep trading PD array to PD array and just see how long we can go until it fails, or how many fails we can take before we lose X amount of dollars. And just trade this whole PD array to PD array and get out of the idea of wondering about money and just say, okay, I see this. I'm going to acknowledge that by putting a buy sign here. Then I'm going to acknowledge that and sell it there, and I'm going to short it there. Just go buy, sell short, buy, sell short, and just keep doing that over and over again until it runs out of PD arrays, just to show the PD arrays being hit, because we can call them, but most people say, well, then why aren't you trading it? The psychology comes along, my friends. Why didn't we take that? Why didn't I take that? We're calling it way down here for up here. We called this when this was going down. And it's come right back to the spot we're looking for. Inside the array we're looking for. And now you've got this beautiful run down. Psychology, my friends. Don't beat yourself up. This is so important, Tyree. You do this now. And all those people are starting out doing your trading. If you're beating yourself up mentally, what you say to yourself is this is the damage you're going to do. When you see precision, you won't take it, because you've done so much damage inside your head with the negative self-talk. I missed that. I screwed that up. Man, I suck. Blah, blah, blah. All that other bullshit you say to yourself. None of that encourages your brain to say with confidence, take that. Nothing does that. Nothing burns into your brain more than negativity. We look for it. We expect it in the news every day. People like to spread the mind herpes out there, the mind viruses of negativity. And you allow that crap into your head, and it sticks and it festers there. Trust me, I spent a whole career dealing with that stuff. And it flashes in my head every freaking day. I see stuff that pops up. So feed your brain good stuff. Feed your brain good food, and feed your brain good thoughts. Good thoughts. I love you guys. I wish I could hug you all. I really do. You're amazing people. You deserve all the happiness in the world. You deserve all the success in the world. Be kind to yourselves. Be kind, people. Otherwise, this is what you're going to miss. You're going to miss these opportunities, and you're going to be spending a long time trying to untangle all that negative crap, or you may never do it, and you will miss these over and over and over again. Hopefully that I didn't bring a damper down on you guys. I want you to know I'm 100% behind you guys. I want you all to succeed. Anyway, just look over here. Lambo, good morning, my friend. Tyree, that trade was crazy. Over for extra lessons. The lessons that you should learn are what Michael teaches. There's nothing I can teach you that Michael hasn't already put out there on paper and put out there with his blood, sweat, and tears. There's plenty out there. Continue to learn his material. Go to his free stuff. Don't let anybody try to sell you crap. Oh, Michael's concepts in 20 minutes. Bullshit. Silver bullet trades in 20 minutes. Bullshit. Study his material. Take it from the horse's mouth. Go to the horse. Don't listen to all these donkeys out there trying to sell you crap. See it compressing now? We didn't take this low out, so you got this one here. Look for up here now. I want to see this close above here, because this is... We're into the premium array already. So again, what premium array is above you? Here. What discount array is below you? Right here. So in that range, here's your discount inside this array, or this SIBI. And this SIBI is your premium array, along with a swing point breaker. Right there. You swung below that low. Makes that a breaker. So a breaker inside a fair value gap. What do we say about those things? Here's another one of those. Do you trust this array or not? If it takes you out, your stop loss is going to be really tight, because if you're wrong, that high gets taken. if you're right, this mean threshold should not be given up. And if this is heavy now, that may be as far as it goes, just to hear that stays open. Bye-bye. But methinks we have some more upside. Look inside here. We want to see this whole price. This one popped in here now. Start running back up. If we lose, well, full fill. Fair enough. Watch for the snap back here. So watch the wick now. Watch how quickly this pops up. See that snap back? That's what you want to see. So when you're watching candles, don't just wait for your candle to finally come up here. Watch every freaking candle and watch how it reacts off of the PD arrays that you're looking at. So if you're looking at that one and you see it go bang and it snaps off of it like that, that's a good thing. That means it's an area of sensitivity and it's got a higher likelihood. If you watch these things all the time, you're going to see that snap back and you're going to go, ooh, that looks like it's going to start heading up just by the way it reacted off of that. See that? And what's the next PD array above it? Don't overshoot your PD arrays. It's right here. It's the high that's created. It's snapped above it. Does it snap down away from it now? See that? You take that high out. Now if it turns around and rips down, you go, oh, I didn't reach my PD array. No, because you overshot them. There was one right here. Then you can start looking at those higher ones. But this is the swing high that it wants to run above, pops up above it, and watch how it snaps back. And if it runs back through it, that's great. Then you start aiming for your next PD array. I see way too many times people look for PD arrays. It's going for this old high here. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You're jumping like 10, 15 PD arrays above you. You're looking at 1, 2, 3 PD arrays, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 right there. If this was a daily chart, you wouldn't be aiming there. You'd be saying, damn, well, where's the breaker? Where's the next order block? Where's the inversion? Here's the inversion. See how we closed above it right here? Right there. Pop down into it. Come on up. It's like magic, isn't it? Boom. Just tapped it right there. Watch it react off of it. People, if you don't see that this is just delicious and nutritious, where's our carrot? Damn it, where's our carrot? Okay. Fill right there. Watch it react. Does it react off of it? If we drive through 3 PD arrays at a time, is that a bad thing? Hell yeah, your ass is next. Right there, look at that. Ran the highs. So if you would have put that there as your entry, you would have been taken out. But it's a very small exit. And you're wrong, but that's okay. It gives you feedback now. We've traded a body through here, so we called that for further upside, and it literally ran there. We're looking for this guy here. Well, it ran right through it, all 3 PD arrays. 1, 2, 3. And what do we say about running through 3 PD arrays at one time and closing above it? Your ass is next. And there's your ass right there. So as soon as it closed there, you could say, I'm out, and take an even smaller stop loss instead of waiting for your stop loss to get taken. Now, if that had tons of momentum, that could have ripped right through you as well, right? And don't forget the other underlying thing. What's this sitting right here? That's a daily. So there's multiple things you have to look at, not just this. What's underlying? What's over here? What's this big thing right here that we've marked out? Oh yeah, that's the daily over there. What's the hourly doing? So you keep your eyes moving to all these different places. It's not as easy as people think. It's not a 20-minute lesson you're going to learn. Too much carrot. This thing's hungry for carrot today. So rejection block up here. Do we hold on that? And if it does take it out, now where are we looking? What do you guys see next? If it takes that high out, we want to see, do we find some support on top of this daily again, right? This daily fair value gap or hourly fair value gap you see right here from there to there, do we climb above it now and get support on top of it and start pushing for higher prices? And this whole idea of going lower right now is just not part of the equation. So that's okay. If my overall bias for the seasonal tendency is to go down, which is what I want, if I'm not getting that, then I got to get in line with the market. Don't wrestle this thing. So there's your inversion. Draw it out. We have a body still respecting that. This is one of those, damn, you took me out right here with a wick. Now you're going to start going back down. So now we've got this order block that's validated. This order block that's validated. We've got an inversion over here that is supported. We now pop below it. We trade below this one again, and we start to look at that breaker providing a level of support to go higher. We have a body traded above that high. So look at this. Does this provide support? And does this little inversion right here provide a level of support right there? Tip, tap right there. Now you can turn around and either go back up. If we drive through it, wait for a body to close below it. And then think, how am I going to get on board? This thing should be support to go higher. If I lose it on the downside and I've closed below it, now I'm looking to go down. I want this inversion to hold price now. So that order block, I want it to come back up into there, roll over and come back down again. So you've got this inversion that's starting up here and this guy here. So watch here. We snap on it. Now do we come back? We're inside this guy right now. Inside here, and we've got one forming right here. So that's like a recent high. So look for a return up into here. See that reaction off that? Bam. If we're coming back to just find your 50% of your range. Right there. We just hit 50% of it. We could take off from here and go up. But right now, it looks more down than up. Why does it look more down than up? Because we blew through this breaker. This did not become a breakaway gap. We've come back and filled it now. And we've just created that little inversion right here. Or sorry, this SIBI right here on that candle's close. Then what do? We opened up, tapped it, and now we're moving away from it. So this is becoming an area of support. And we want to see this guy get blown through now. We want to see it drive all the way through here. And then this becomes a level of support below 50%. We want to see this become an order block. So watching your candles and saying what I expect it to do or what I want it to do is important. Now, this can pop up into here. I'm all right with that. Again, we talked about it touching the bottom here. I don't want to see us start and blow all through this. If we do, then that is our launch up. So now, as you can see, I've talked about going down and I've talked about going up. So do you want to be in a trade inside this consolidation? Do you want to be inside a trade where you can argue both sides of it? You know. TK, how you doing? Southie, good morning, my friends. Good morning. We've had a lot of fun this morning already. That mean threshold, you don't want to see that close above the mean threshold. See, 1, 2, 3 PD raise, your ass is next. So now this has become an inversion. Come back, find some support at it. Hello. See that snap off of there? See that snap? That tells you something. That tells you that I'm just coming down. I just hitting the algo is coming down, hitting its array and snapping off of it and heading for the next array. Hello. I just love that. I just love it. See, we can argue both sides. Now you saw why it's supported on the upside. That we said could happen. And then we're kind of stuck between, is this going to support price? No, it didn't. Came back down, tagged it. There's your entry to go long, and you're aiming for this guy here. Then you're aiming for that guy there, and then that guy. If you split your wicks up, you can do all your wick work if you want. It's probably because I had the carrot on the wrong side if we wanted to go down. You notice that? Still chasing the carrot. It's 40 karat gold, baby. 40 karat gold. So what am I aiming for up here now? Look in the higher time frame, because this little guy right here is your new inversion. See that? See how it ran above it, came back and tagged it? Ding, 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 right there. Yes, we cut through candles. Those of you who are new, this stuff doesn't, all this mess in here doesn't mean anything when we're looking for specific arrays to key off of. Yes, we cut through candles. Right there. Look at the low of that candle and look at the low of where that bounced off of there and shot up. You can draw it on your own chart if you want, but that is the inversion right there. We wanted to see it get through it with a body, and we did right there. Come back, it tagged it, shot all the way back up, cleared out a high. And now we want to see this provide a level of support. If it doesn't, then we've got another reversal, potential reversal swing point here. And what time are we at? Oh, yes. Yes, we do. Here's where the squabblers come in, the squabbling sisters. The squabbler time. That was totally what we were, I should have said it. Well, I'm not going to say it now, but the time was expected to have a swing point there. That's delicious. I didn't mention the time, so I'm not going to take any credit for that. But that is a perfect time for that to happen. And if you remember the numbers I've been giving you throughout the last few months, you'll know I was right. Those of you who are new can just say, yeah. It's easy for you to say that after the fact. Look at that right there. See that little tiny bissy? Bang. It hit it, reacted off it. If it drives through it now, I'm good with that. We have another inversion. If it closes below it, which it just did, now that becomes your area of interest. Let me get this stuff out of here. This is why when you get into consolidations, it can switch up on you over and over again, and you can get, as Kirk says, get a little Mike Tyson action happen. You get beat up pretty bad in here. So there's your inversion. I want to see the body stay below here. I can wick up into here. I'm all right with that. Order block. I want to see it start getting down. Dig, dig, dig. Let's put some carrot down here. Yeah, we'll put it back in here. This guy here I want to see start. Look at the range we're in right now. What's a PD array that is premium and what's a discount? What's a mid-level equilibrium array? Is this candle going to provide a level of support? Look at all these little tiny inversions that are going on in here. This is why you can get beat up so bad. You go, man, which one of these am I bouncing off of here? Draw them, overlap them, and say, keep drawing back and saying, what is sitting in here that is a place that could continue to hold support? That used to be one of those old breakers, right? That swing below this low. We ran through it. It's a weak breaker as far as I'm concerned. I want something that's like breaks a significant low. Otherwise that would be mitigation block, and mitigation blocks are not as strong, so we tend to rip through them pretty easy. Now, are we going to use this midpoint on this candle as support to start stepping up like in a rock climbing fashion? And is this inversion here going to hold? We've wicked down multiple times. Look at the wicks and think, this thing's made multiple attempts to get down here. Is it going to blow through here now? Or is it we still going to bounce off of this little tiny bissy we've got right here? It keeps hitting that bissy and reacting off of it. See that? Little guy right there? Bing, 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 bouncing off of it. So you want to see, get on down. And we want to see a close candle below that. There you go. So this guy here is my area of interest. Let's wait for this guy to close off and see what happens. And we're sitting at 12 now. Silver bullet time. It's silver bullet time. Silver bullet time. Because those of you who took the 10 o'clock silver bullet at 10:02, this guy right here, you got taken out. If you took this guy here, you're going to get taken out. If you take that guy there, I don't know where you put your entry. You would have got, if you were here, if you're sitting down here, both of those are still okay for your 10:05 or your 10:06. My bias is still low, to go low, so I'm still looking. So we're off this order block here. I'm still looking for, see how this inversion here still, draw, cut all the way through, body's still respecting it. Now you may say, oh, you're just lining it up with freaking holes back here, Darren. That's bullshit. Okay, whatever. Look right here. Hindsight, I'm 100% fan of hindsight studying. 100% fan of it. So this guy here, your first original silver bullet after 10 o'clock, that's the first one. If you took that, you'd be out. If you took this guy here, you were just got in, stop losses here. Where are you aiming for? Up there, this order block here. I want to see it get through this, right? And this is the stepping action we're looking for. Mean threshold still holding. Order block, inversion. Wick, wick, wick. Bodies are still respecting it. So really we're between this guy here and that guy there right now. So I still wouldn't make a decision just yet. Not clean enough yet. No need for extra lessons. This is good. Anna says, no, ES did not take out previous highs and Lambo's deleting messages. Tyree. Trading, you are good, but for singing, I give you 1 or 2 lessons. Yeah, I'm a terrible singer. I play saxophone. I used to play saxophone. I have a saxophone. I haven't played it in years, but I love the sax. I remember buying a Takamine guitar back in the day. I traded it, and then I was like, I don't know how to play guitar. So I was like, I do know how to play saxophone. So I went to St. John's Music in Winnipeg, and I said, can I trade my Takamine guitar in for a saxophone? And they looked at me and went, yeah. And I was like, okay. So it was a brand new Takamine too. And he gave me this piece of shit saxophone, like a school model. And then I went into a guitar store here. That would have been 40 years ago now. I went into a guitar store here and said to a guy, hey, how much is a Takamine a good guitar? And he's like, oh my God, yeah, they're really good. The old ones especially. I'm like how old? I said, I used to have one. He goes, well, how long ago did you have it? And I was like, oh, probably 40 years ago. He goes, oh my God, you know what? That would be worth thousands of dollars now. And I still got my old crappy Con saxophone, school sax. I thought, I got totally hosed. Don't hold on to these good luxury items. So, yeah, got rid of a nice tack. Brand new case and everything. Oh well. Still don't know how to play guitar. And I'd probably honk and squeak my saxophone. My mouth would cramp up. So I wouldn't be a good person to teach Tyree for singing. You misread something. Figure I wouldn't confuse anyone. Oh. No, that's fine. That's fine. I don't have any problem with you deleting messages. I love sax too, and today's Valentine's Day. It is indeed. Happy Valentine's. You guys are all my Valentines. I'd like to give you all a big Valentine's hug. I'm a hugger. I'm not a handshaker. I'm a hugger. I come from a hugging family. My mom's an awesome hugger. I get to work, all these firefighters, I'm like, oh, give me some cuddles. Come here, you big, handsome fella. And I give him a big hug. I love that. I am known in the fire hall for my hugs. It's funny. That instantly brings a story into my mind. I remember going to a call once where this little old lady was had to go to the hospital. She was having some heart issues, and we're like, we're gonna have to help you up. And she's like, oh, I don't know if you guys can lift me up. And I'm like, you just say right there, my dear, let me help you out. So I grab her, I pick her up, and she's kind of wobbly on her feet, and I've got her in my arms, and I just kind of gently rock back and forth. I'm like, I haven't danced with a beautiful woman in such a long time. And she's like, oh, you, and she's slapping my arm. Oh, you cheeky fella. I'm like, well, you're a cute little one, you are. And she was giggling away, and just that alone for me was the medicine that I couldn't have given her any drug, any other medicine, but for her to feel loved and wanted and important for just that moment. It was such a neat moment, and just to give her a little hug and hold her in my arms and then put her down on the stretcher and take her off to, but she sat there and smiled all the way to the hospital. She looked sad because it's like the 100th time she's had to go to the hospital, but this time she got to go with a smile on her face, and it was such a touching moment. I still remember that. She was so cute. All right. So let me quickly review. I've been babbling away on my stories here. We have, see all these wicks coming down? That's resistance, right? When you see it trying to drive down, it can't get down there. Then it finally says, okay, I've tried my best to get down there. I can't get down. So when you're watching this stuff, watch the wicks as well. When you see a cluster of big long wicks like this, that's just the algo trying to reach for lower prices, and it's just meeting resistance. It's just going, no, I've got other intentions. We're going higher. All right. So we have a return. That little fair value gap was a perfect fill on the 1 hour. And inversion. So let's look for a place where we could have got back in. So if we draw back over to here, there's their inversion. So did we trade above it? Barely above it. Come back all the way through. Then we finally trade above it. We never get back into it. We're off. Even this order block here. Yeah. I can't even, I'm not going to custom trying to squeeze a trade in there. There's nothing. It left. It left down without you. That's all I can say. Here's your order block validated here. There's one validated here. You wouldn't have got into it there, and you wouldn't have got into it there. It never came back to you. This guy here never came back to you. That high there never came back to you. It's off to Never Land. So where's your potential upside run? Look for your price leg. I love these price leg things, guessing and stuff. Why didn't I go here? You take the one that stimulates the run. Turtle soup again. I don't know about a turtle soup here. You'd have to take, for turtle soup, there's an inversion here. Well, if we came back up into here, what's that thing there? Let me remove that. If we take this high here, back to this consolidation. Well, look for this consolidation here right now. It's just above, it might be just above our line here. So look for a retracement now. %50 puts us right on the money. Now, remember what we were talking about yesterday. If we never come back to 50%, here's a logical place for mean threshold. Look at that, mean threshold lines up with old high. Be a great place to get long right there, and it never comes back here. If it's really strong, we may never get back to the 50% of the little range we created here, and off to the races it goes. It could just keep blasting up. And then we got objectives up here. We have all this consolidation here, old low here, invert, little tiny SIBI over here. Now we've got support here. Do we come back into the daily fair value gap again, or this old high? Let me move this thing out of the way here now. Oh, maybe not. Let me just move this. I'm seeing some stuff here. There, all the way over here. So rinse and repeat. Same thing we've been doing all day. There's that mean threshold. We return to the mean threshold of that entire hourly SIBI. See that? There's the hourly SIBI. We return to the mean threshold, tagged it beautifully today, and now we're off here. See that? Dipped into it, didn't get 50%. It's stronger than it looks. We've got more upside. Excuse me. Validated order block. Come back, tag the open, away you go. Create a little fair value gap in there would be nice. I can delete this now. They're going to fill it. So we have on the hourly, if you're trading an hourly chart, we're looking for a return back into this now that we've got a body that is closing above the hourly high. No different than what we've been doing here on the 1 minute chart, looking for those little inversions, trying to find some support at them, trying to build a narrative that keeps us going higher, waiting for that narrative to get broken, and then is this the new change in the opposite direction? It's like exercising your brain to say, I'm going up. No, it's changing direction now because it violated the rule to go lower. And seeing how tight you can get and practice that on the minute by minute candle. So, and then when you go over to something like an hourly and you go, okay, that's supporting the midpoint of that. Great. We've wicked up into it, back to the midpoint. Now we've got a body that broke through it. No different than a 1 minute candle. You'd be like, ooh, good. The next 1 minute candle that comes back and tags this, I'm going to go long. So this is the 10 o'clock candle. Watch what happens at 11 o'clock. Mock me. Watch what happens at 11. Watch the wick on the 11 o'clock candle. The range that we created here, look for 62%, and I'll bet you it's close to that high or this retracement. We will wait and see. I'm going to put it out there right now, and we'll see if that manifests itself. Actually, I want to do this right now based on I'm just playing here, by the way. All right, so let me do this. We are going to go price leg completed. Almost. I think we've got some more upside there. What are we at? 9:30. Oh, 27, of course. This is a swing point here. 30 is swing point. 30, 32. Then the crazy Ivan. And then we've got the hours or the minutes after that. This could be a retrace time in here. Look where 50% lines up. Today, MT5 banned funding pips. So I'm sad because I had only one account on that. Well, I've got 2 accounts on it, so I hope MT5 didn't ban that. Okay, so we've got a little consolidation going on here, swing points. So here's a potential swing point here into the crazy Ivan, and then the leave, and then the next price leg up. What would happen if we had a price leg Let's do that. See what happens. So we're looking for this old high back here. And that will, strangely enough, put us right, taking just that high out right there, and brings us right into that inversion right there. You see that? That's the next price leg prediction up there. If we get back to here, Not an interesting day today for me. Don't like the inside the range stuff. No news to push things to a high or a low. Yeah, we're just looking for support. Step. We've got an upward trend, so you have to stick with your upward trend for now until something proves awry on the 1 minute chart or the lower levels. Right now we're still bullish. Nothing in here has told me that we're going bearish yet. So make up your rules right now of when does this change for you into a bearish market, and then look for rules to validate that. So you keep practicing on this 1 minute chart, looking for validation, and you'll start to zero in on it through time. Now, I'm obviously not great at it right yet, but that's one of my standards I want to hold myself to. I want to say, I've got a wonderful mind. I've a very accurate eye. I celebrate my brain and its ability to find things. Get excited about that. Ingrain that into your neurology. Get excited about it. Emotion creates energy. Emotion. Energy equals motion. You put energy into something, put some love into it, and you're going to get some of that stuff back. Feed your brain. It may sound kooky, corny, but what you feed your brain is critical. There's tons of studies on brain morphology changing with just how you think. How you think changes your brain morphology. So anyway, we're looking for this thing here. So if it comes down and tags that, I will go long right there. And if I'm wrong, you got to support that and say, well, if I'm wrong, this order block should not be lost. If I lose that order block, so I'm going to be just below this fair value gap here, which, technically you can probably back tag that. I'm going to argue myself down a lower stop loss here. I don't want to see that come down that low. Ideally, I'd like to see it tap it and go. So this is where my mind starts to go, yeah, but you've already finished your price leg, Darren. What if it turns around now and comes all the way back down? What if that was the turtle soup that Lambo was talking about? So you start to second guess yourself. Say, no, I'm going to trust that that's what I was calling. We'll see if we get it. Before 11 o'clock, I want to see it push for a new high for 11. Look right here. If we get a reaction off this, I love this. If it happens and I don't get in, I'm good with that too. That's the mean threshold. Consequent encroachment of the BISI. If it leaves here now, I'd love it if it left there right now and I didn't get in. I'd be fine with that. because that's just short of the 50% that I was looking for. So again, this thing will get closed off long before it ever gets hit. Because if I get a body trade through this now, then I'm on the wrong side of it. That's the rule. Body gets through here, and it closes below it, and we get a wick down into here. And if I get a wick that drives all the way down and takes me out, well, so be it. But if we just get a, look at how close we are here. Now I'm in. And I want to see that snap off there. I don't like seeing that sit there like that. That's not a good sign. You don't want to see it snap off of that. Now I want to see that order block get taken. I don't want to see this get revisited here now. But we could come all the way back into fill. I'll allow it for fill. But if a body starts to close below it, I'm out. Even if it comes back into here. I do not want that to give up. See that? It's just hovering here. Not a good thing. You want to see it snap off there and start. If it's the spot, you see it snap off there. See that? I don't like the way that was looking. Now it's closed. Now I got to get out. Now hopefully if it comes back and tags me, I can cut some of my losses here. This is what you're going to do to cut some losses. If it comes back into the edge of that, you can cut a little bit of losses. Here, come on back up. Right there. Oops. Close position. See, it comes back to the edge of it. Cut down some of my losses. I was down here. Close below it. If it comes back to it, get some of your trade off. So it's a lot less. So now we're expecting this to continue coming down now, because we've closed below. But we're inside this order block. Body's below. Go further downside. So it's on the wrong side of it. That's where the rule worked out, and that little retracement was the one that helped cut back some of the losses I was taking. If I would have waited to the very last second, I would have broke even. Realizing I was on the wrong side of that. See? Came back, we tagged that, like that was one of the fears, right? We tagged that daily fair value gap again, inversion. So now we're finding support at this, and now we start to go back up. Well, that's fine, but then we have to get above here and above here for me to get excited about going long again. If that makes sense to you guys. Oh my goodness. So we have order block, traded below it, we came back up, right here, trade back up into it, order block, trade below it, come back up into it. Do we continue through here now? Does this order block give way, and do we start to get a swing point? What time is it? 42. So there should be a swing point here in the next minute or two. 40, 42, 40 is a turn. 42, 45, 48, 50, 52, 55, 58. This is where the last 15 minutes we can get a lot of bouncing around in here for a lot of wicks. It's usually the the wick of the hourly is in the last 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. And we also have what happens at 8:50. Sorry, that's my time. 10:50. And we remember, we have the macro starts, right? Into 11 o'clock. So I want to see this high get taken out. Decent retracement back into, I guess, logical levels. Obvious PD array that we were afraid that it could come back to. We realized it was potentially coming down there when it did, when it broke the body here. Makes sense. Makes total sense. So I want to see that lose that and get above here. First of all, it's got to get above there, then there. Okay. Discount, premium. See how we're still inside it here? Bodies of the candles are inside it. Do we close below it? Come back to that order block and continue down? Do you see how tight this was? When we start to realize we're wrong, I'm on the wrong side. I was trying to go long. I was on the wrong side the moment that happened. Come back in, break even. I actually took it down here, so I did take a loss. And now we're changing direction, and we've got support. Now we're seeing this bearish run down. Now we're not going to start predicting stuff down here. We're just saying for the minute we're starting to go bearish. So do I want to go long right now? No. I wait and to see if we continue to get support at these inversion levels, and then you can get in on that. Meanwhile, the hourly people, I think this is when Lambo was saying turtle soup. Yeah, that would have been awesome back when you were calling it. That price leg, right, I'm literally half a handle out on the top of that. But as we've talked about in the past, this is not always precise. You can be above it or below it. That's about as pretty precise as you can get for that price leg we were pointing out. Now we've got a turn, consolidation, break below it, come back into the consolidation right here. Order block, support, order block, support, order block, fair value gap, bottom of this inversion, or bottom of the, or sorry, the top of the daily. Come back up, found support at it here. We drove through, back, tapped it. So we're going to come into this area one more time to go short, run these lows, or do we just keep pushing through, come back to that a little bit later? Right now we're bearish, and we see that bearish trade turn right there. I was long, got out right away because we're going in a different direction. That's where the rule worked perfectly. You know, when we're a little popped up above, little tiny ones tend to get me, but these bigger ones, it's tipping its hat. Okay, so we have a run back up into here. Roll over now, you can come back down, or just tap this mean threshold. Again, if we lose the upside of this now, we look for this inversion to start this little swing point to start running back up again. You're constantly looking to see where it's support or broken. Now it becomes support to the upside. Now this is where the algo spins around and starts to spool in the opposite direction, and we're coming up for the macro to start happening, like Michael talks about, at 10:50 to 11:10. I want to see that give way. Drive all the way through it here, come back, and the macro should start right in here somewhere to spool. Again, looking for more upside prices. If we lose this with a big bold candle, ideally I'd like to see it blam, shoot up there, come back down, get support at this and go. So right now we've got a body that traded above this, so now I'm going long again. If I'm short, I'm out right there just because the body closed above it. You want to nibble a last little piece off right there, you take your last piece off, and now we're looking for price to start moving up. As soon as that mean threshold is taken, that's the hint right there for me that we're still going up. Like this was the hint to go down, that's the hint to go up. So we'll see if that order block mean threshold gives way. We found support off this now. It's got to give way. We found support right there, inversion, we're coming down, we're tapping on it. Now you got to see a big leg lift off here, or it's going to wait for another 2 more minutes before it starts to spool. So watch that last little piece of inversion right there. Discount, premium, equilibrium, now again, if it blows through that, then we look at this as providing downside again. We did not lose the midpoint of that candle. So now you go, now you've closed below it. This is why consolidations beat you up, especially using that rule of if we close above the inversion and close below the inversion. Oh, now we're going higher. You have to lose that one first to confirm that, but we're going higher. Oh, now we're closed below it. Now we're going lower. Well, then we got to lose that one. So we're between these two candles right now. So either we're going to blow through here and take that guy out, or we're going to go up here and take that guy out to continue up. Otherwise, we're compressing. This is what Tyree was asking about. When do you know it's going to blow out of a consolidation? Well, when it takes that low, that a body closes below here or a body closes above here, then you know, then we have a strong indication that we're out of our consolidation, at least for the next little piece here. So now we're back into that inversion once again. We're coming into the mean threshold to mean threshold. Roll over. This guy's now valid. So we come back to the high of that daily inversion again. Also that inversion here. There's no body closing above it now, just a wick. A wick went through the mean threshold. So now we're eating away at the mean thresholds of these candles. We ate it here, we ate some of it here, so one of them's got to give way now, because that's the only other candle left. So until we validate this guy here, those two are only candles that we've got left. So the algo's got to start stretching out here. It can just stretch down by taking these lows and then pop back into the range again, like that. That validates this now as an order block. That'd be nice if that was a fair value gap. Get down below, come back up into it, get support, and then start pushing down lower. Look for this inversion here now. See, we did not get that taken out. We just eaten away into it. No body closed above it. Support still coming down. So we're prepared to change directions multiple times in here. If that one was taken out, didn't, we're still bearish. trade back into it. If you roll over and come back down, so we did not have a body close above that inversion, sorry, that SIBI here on the hourly. We just had wicks probing, trying to get back up there. Not happening. Seasonal tendency for lower prices. Look at this hourly trying to push back up and failing. Support. You want to see that mean threshold hold, which is also the top of that daily again. There's the body. Watch how it snaps off of him again. Now you've got the steps down. These order blocks providing steps. Now you want to see this one close below here. Come back up, use these guys as steps, or this low here to continue pushing down. Like this, like we just saw here. Below it, come back to it. Do the same thing here. Below it, come back to it here, or these order blocks here. There's that fair value gap, filled it, back to the order block, go. So same thing here. There's the swing point, drop below it, come back up to it, support. So these are the things we're just seeing rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. So there's no reason why we shouldn't see the same kind of thing happening here. Again, body has to get below it. I have to put a little caveat there. Body gets below it. Then you can come back into it. And don't forget the underlying higher time frame support. Further downside prices. I like this area down here now. Now we've had a nice big pullback off of that. Beautiful run through this low. So we're back into that fair value gap again. We could push up one more time into here or a fill. I'd like to see it stay open though. We came down perfectly on top of this little inversion right here. So you want to see it blow through here now. There you go. Ran, so hit the bottom of it, reacted off of it, now just kind of push through it. Smelling the carrot. Nice. 16 handle short. What was your entry? Just off of something like this? These are like gold if you just want to snatch a couple of pips off of them. aiming for lows below you, or at least 10 handles at a time. Don't be tempted just to chase this and say, well, it's going to go down, so I'm just going to arbitrarily throw a short in here. Don't do it. Follow your plan. Don't chase the money. Don't chase the algo. Follow your plan. Follow your plan. All this stuff goes through my mind again. What I used to do is just like, oh, it's going down now. I'm just going to drop it in. So it doesn't matter because I'm still going to make money anyway because it's going to go down. And then it turns around and comes all the way back up to a premium array. And you go, shit. It's changed its mind, and then I get out, then it turns around and comes all the way back down again. You go, I should have stayed in it. And it's like, oh man. All the poor stuff I beat my brain up with. This is the same thing repeating over and over and over again. Even that little swing point there, came all the way back to it, tagged it. We're still going down. It just keeps doing the same thing. Carrot. There's a carrot. I should start up a little vegetable stand out front of my house selling carrots. You know, I'll come by and buy carrots. Turn this into a business. Eat your carrots, everyone. Eat your carrots. It's good for you. Diary story of my life. That's okay, man. Change your story. Change your narrative. Oh my goodness, look at that. It just launched right into the carrot. Right into the money. Shall we put the carrot a little lower? Like down here somewhere? I like this carrot coming to here. TK, I'm short from 17,790. Good man. Good man. Oh, here comes the carrot. Right there, TK. Fair value gap. We're right in the mean threshold of that right now. Or sorry, the consequent encroachment. So just watch that area. We're inversion here now. Chasing price, but I'm becoming a lot more disciplined now. Good. Good, good, good. Here you go, TK. Here's some more carrot. Here's more veggies. Eat your veggies. This has been fun calling this today. TK goes for the carrot. He goes for the carrot. Ah, TK, look at that. Feast away, my friend. Feast away. Is it an area of sensitivity? Did it tap on it? Poke the carrot. Love it, love it. Now where should we put the carrot? Should we put it a little lower? Let's go to, I guess the only other place we can go is down here now. I guess no, you'd have to come to something like Precision. That was a fill. Nicely, perfectly filled. Now see this reaction we're getting off of it. So you want to see it stay inside here now. If it comes back up and tags that old low on the hourly order block candle right there, can come right into here. Good man, Tech. TK, way to go, buddy. That was a nice little 80 handle run there, buddy. Well done. Well done. 80 handles in the bag. No new subscribers today. We had an awesome day this morning. Like, holy smokes. What more do people want to see? There's some serious precision going on there this morning. That was good. I especially like this. All this bouncing around and that order block right there. We wanted that. In order to go higher, we have to break that with a body close, and it didn't do it. It still kept coming down. I like all the switches up here. It was doing switching up, switching down, switching up. Boom. On your funded account, there you go. You can take me out for dinner there, TK, when we come to Germany. So for some schnitzel. I did like the schnitzel when I was over there. I'd never tried it before, and I heard it was really good. So the day before my surgery, we went out to a little schnitzel place. And I used all the German I'd learned on Duolingo, which wasn't very much, but it was enough to order some food. And I tried it. It was good. I'm kidding. You don't have to buy me dinner. So 11 o'clock. Expect a retracement back into this range now. See the spooling at 50? Right there. Spool. There's your macro right there. Are we coming back to the carrot? Let me move the carrot over so we can have a little sniffy ride. Remember that just inside there. Did it come back there already, or did I miss it? What's the low on that candle? Jesus, make it bigger, Darren. Let's go. Yes, it already hit it, didn't it? What's the low on that candle? The low is 743. The high on this candle is 744. So we have hit it. Sorry, my carrot was just a little too high. That's what I wanted it to come back to here. It's hit it already beautifully. Good. Now we can get a reaction off that. Or we can do a retracement back into 50 to 65, 62% retracement on that candle. If this is just the wick and we're starting, this holds price here now and we get below here, come back to it, that's a bigger candle down now. This whole candle's going to fill in again. Why did that one say that one's higher? The high is 744. The high is 742. 42. That's weird. This candle here says the high. Look right here. It says the high is 744. That has to be one of these two candles. And their highs are 742 and 742. Why is there a discrepancy between that candle, which is this guy here, that high that just occurred? Huh. Weird. That's a full handle discrepancy or two. 1.2. Anyway, we got the carrot. Now let's move the carrot. Are we finding the stepping? So as soon as I see these candles, and I think, do they provide a level of support and step? Are we starting to step up now? Are we starting a swing point? Is this inversion going to hold? So a bunch of questions I ask myself now in terms of, are we moving in direction? So look at this candle here and I go, okay, no, that's a support candle. So I'm between this candle and this candle now. We've just popped below it. Is the mean threshold hold? Are we still inside the inversion? Multiple questions you ask yourself to find confluences to either upside or downside. You want to see that blow right through that if you want to go up, and you want to see that mean threshold hold if you want to go down. And you want to see this guy give way. Or you want to see that one provide support, this one give way, this one provide support, and start climbing up. We're going to turn our carrot sideways because we don't know what direction we want to go in yet. There you go. So it's blowing through the mean threshold of that candle. So we want to see that we want to see that confirm this to go higher and keep these order blocks as new steps to go higher by blowing through this thing here and getting a body above that. Could be chop chop. I agree. That's why you got to be nimble inside here, right? TK just hauled out 80 handles out of that thing in a chop chop day. This is reprice, rebalance, so this is pretty much considered a whole fair value gap right there. That wick down, you can ignore that wick and just treat it like it's a one big down candle. So that would be a nice little push all the way back up into that candle right there. It's low, which is 767. 767. Order block, come back to the body, Find support. Are we pushing through it? Mean threshold still holding. Rejection block. We're stuck now. It's got to pop out of there somewhere. So while it's doing that, you can listen to a word from our sponsors while I go have a pee because my coffee's kicking it. I'll be right back. Mike Tyson, all right. See that? We did not lose the mean threshold. Wick. Tried, didn't get it. Back into the low, hit it. Now we've got a body traded below the inversion right there. Trade it back to the inversion and continue down. Okay. So what are we looking for now? On the 1 minute, What time is it? 18. Okay. If we can get back up into here, that's the 11 o'clock silver bullet for me. If we can get back into here. And I'm going to ask for all of it. And if I'm wrong and it takes the highs out, then I'm wrong. I don't want that order block to give way now. This is where I don't mind a body closing above it because it has a higher objective I'm aiming for. And then we want to go short. Right there. We're going to point the carrot in the direction we want it to go. So now that's popped into it right there. That's all it needed to roll over and go down. I'm trying to juice I'm getting all the carrot juice out of this I can get. If it doesn't hit me, great. If it does and takes me out, again, that's okay. Now some people are saying there's a lot of liquidity sitting up there. Well, it could just pop up there first and then take you out. Absolutely, it could. This is those whole body thing now. I want the body to not get above here. That right there could have been the perfect entry. I didn't take it. There's 1, 2, 3 entries that you could have taken there. If we take out this low before we reach that, I'll close that and wait for a different entry. See how they just hit that swing, kind of this thing here, back into the swing, back into the swing, swing, back into it, tag it nicely, and leave. It's because it's consolidated here. I want to get the maximum juice out of it and reduce my risk really short. So that's my stop loss. Is going to be really tight. Because you're expecting this mean threshold to hold. I'll give you the rejection block if you want, but not the highs. Otherwise we're in this consolidation crap again, all over again. We're in consolidation here. I'm going to close out. We'll see. Self-doubt. That's what it is, my friends. Self-doubt. That's it there. Would have been tripped in right there. I wasn't liking the consolidation. So that would have been it. Now, is it going to go higher? Oops. Suddenly our carrot grew. See, that's the highs that would have taken me out anyway. Don't like the consolidation. It was finding some good support off of here. That inversion, you see that? Came down, bodies respected it. So we have more higher prices to run for. This was a logical, obviously a logical level to run. When you can argue both sides of it, you should not be in the trade. I was looking at this consolidation going, ugh, that could come up there and take that. This is finding support. Just get out of it till you get something cleaner. So this is interesting. Consolidation, break above consolidation. We have a body, break above it now. Come back, find some support in here, especially off of that candle for a long. So this impulse leg we've got out of this consolidation. We're still inside this guy here, but I like that. If we come back down and find some support off of this one now. There's the old highs. %50 of the range is here. If it just taps these old highs and leaves, that's fine too. That's a legitimate level to go to. It's a legitimate level to enter in on. Right below fair value, yeah. Perfect place to enter. I want the bodies. If I don't get it, and I'm also going to want the 50% of that range. It's like a Derrick trade, right? We've got a small range here, and we want a discount. We don't want to pay a premium price to go higher. So you want a discount price. So I'm right on the 50%. So I'll take the for a run up. And I want that to stay open. But that's where the wick, and I'm expecting that the wick could do the damage, pop into here, into this order block, and still take me out. as a potential trade. If it leaves from here, again, wanting to juice the orange, wanting price to come to me, not chasing price. That's the price I want. That's the price I'm willing to pay. If they don't give it to me, I close up shop and wait for another sale. If it takes that high out, I'll close this trade. So again, there's your inversion. It's been filled. Rejection block has been hit. It's got to push up through here to go higher. Let's get really discounty and let's do this. What's my range here? .62% puts me right on there. Stop loss will go down here. No, the reason I'm digging down deeper now is because this consolidation, we're not getting a big lift. As soon as we hit this here, we're not getting a takeoff right away, which tells me we could be coming back into this range and digging through this real deep. And if we don't know if it takes off now, that's fine. Usually you want to see something, tag it and rip out of there right quick, not just kind of waffle around in here, hitting this rejection block, wicking. This tells me there's resistance there, right? It's not driving through hard, so, and we've got a bias for a downside right now, seasonal tendency and all that stuff, so we're counter trending the potential run for the day. We're back into the 15-minute breaker, that lowest down close candle there for that run above these highs. We have a fair value gap above us to fill still. Okay, that's going up. I'm out of there now. So that was the perfect entry right there. Order block. Find some support on it now and start climbing. Again, premium. I'm not paying a premium price to go for a little tiny run to, back up into here somewhere. This little fair value gap up here. Even though it's like, it is 30 handles though. 20 handles, 30 handles. Return to the order block. Long, look for here, look for here. This inversion here. Body traded below it or above it. For the first time right there. If you wick back into it, your stop loss would have to go down here. look for right there. Sell, sell, sell at the premium. Okay, so we got above the level here. See how we've traded above this inversion here now? We popped above it. Now we're coming back, finding support at it. Right here. Let me get this thing out of the way now. Just put our... Let's see that. Popped above. Tap, tap. We're also looking for this one right here at the mean threshold. That will come back to that little tappy of there. There. Now that validates that as an order block, so we can just tap it, come down some more. Welcome to the consolidation. You're right here and here. See how it tapped it, came back up to it again. So order block here. Do we have more upside? That should be the weaker of the two. We should start to see that give way and get back up on top of here. See the mean threshold? Tapped it. We're at the mean threshold of those two candles, so that has to give way. Bend the knee to the stronger one of the two, which is what we're hoping for if we're looking for more upside. That's what I'm, so those are the two you're looking at, there and there. Inside an inversion. You want to see it count up on top of that. Tap it and go. See that? Tap it. See the reaction off of that? Just a simple tap. Now you want to see it snap off of that and start moving higher. Again, consolidation. We're not above this candle yet, so it doesn't get any validity for me yet. We're still on this guy, and we're still inside this guy, even though we have closed above the mean threshold, which is a good sign for further upside. Now you've taken the high Again, you got to look at every tiny little PD array here. You can't say, oh yeah, that's easy, but no, those are PD arrays. When you're this tight, you're looking for the next one above, which is right there, rejection block, that little tiny high right there, then that high, rejection block, blah, blah, blah. All those are PD arrays. You can't discount them when you're in a consolidation, because that's why you keep bouncing back and forth from one to the next, and you go, oh, I didn't really do anything. Well, dig down, turn these into 4,000 tick candles, and you'll see that they ran highs. So now that we've validated this candle, because the high on that candle is 61 big figure, and this is 61.50, so that one validated it. So you're looking at the high, the open, and the mean threshold. And there's nothing worse than being stuck between two bear candles. Does that give us more support to go up? When you have two bear candles in play, because we haven't got below a down closed candle now, so we've got no down so candle except up here. They're all done now. All we've got is the little tiny PD arrays here, and then that upside jobby up there. So we want to find some support off of here, tap it like that, and start moving up. Because now we're on top of this again with a body. Tippy tappy, up you go, carrot. Mean threshold, you want to see that hold, that one and that one. So we've got a little step to here. There's small little shuffle steps, and this could be in this consolidation. We could see this slow little insidious grind up here, but we're looking for continued support off of each one of these candles that start to form. Oh, my eyes are starting to get blurry. This kind of focus is, it takes a lot of focus to do this. Oh. See that? It just seems so logical to me that we're finding this support. We've talked this out. I've beat this to death here off of each one of these. So now we've run that. Look for Mr. Carrot here. This is the PD array here. And these order blocks, this swing low. I guess you could look at that as an inversion as well. If we get on top of this piece here, find some support right here. Reprice, rebalance. Ignore the wick. Look at that as a breaker. Sorry, a inversion. Sorry, not an inversion. Just a simple fair value gap. So it came back up. See how it hit the top of it? Right there. Snap back, we're back into this again. Now we've got up closed candles, or sorry, down closed candles that are now being validated from above. Now you don't want to see this one lose, otherwise you're back into this one, and we've already got that one supported. So if this is a nice little step, we want to see this one provide a level of support and continue pushing up. If it blows it through it, look for these down closed candles to get validated on the downside. And when they do, then you've got to look for them to provide support. You're constantly shifting directions with each candle that forms. Because this could be just one of those terribly wicky kind of hours that go on here, right? See how we blow through the middle of it now? Close below the middle point of that. So now you go into the downward direction. Because you're consolidating, you got to look for it. Now we're changing up. We're changing direction. That fair value gap there, high, we've hit it, popped off. Now we're really digging through this and this. Now we're looking into the premium discount range. What's down here in a discount? This young feller down here. Inversion again. This is good though. You like to see this displacement. We have consolidation, ran, popped down. So forget our candle here now. That was our run. Fair value. Create a fair value gap in here. Inversion now. Body's broken below it. Fair value gap. Premium discount. Right back to this guy here we talked about. Right there on the money. You hit it. Now looking for return to this old low here inside this inversion. Do we get back up into the breaker now that runs this low? If we get a breaker inside a fair value gap, looking for a short. If we blow through, again, the rules are if it blows through the inversions, then look for support on the upside. So you're constantly preparing for the next swing, either up or down. And if you're changing your mind over and over again, you're consolidating, folks. If you don't have a clean run where you can support that with saying, yeah, now there's nothing above us here, we got a really good clean run, then this should hold. But if it keeps breaking it, the one side then breaks it to the other side, you're in a consolidation, and it's good. Then you get to know, all right, now if it just breaks that, then I'm going to the upside. If it breaks that, I'm going to the downside. Well, if it reconfirms it, good. Now I've got a trend that's starting, and I've caught it early, and I've caught it right on the turn. And you'll catch it over and over and over again. It's going long, no, it's going short. No, it's going long, it's going short. Because it's supporting whatever rule you have for a change in direction. And you got to be able to catch that. And you'll catch every freaking turn that happens inside a consolidation if you understand the PD arrays. Here's your fair value gap, which we wanted to form. Come up inside it. That's a trade. That's a trade. Right back to this old low we said here. That's a trade. Again, premium discount. What do you want? You want a premium. You're right back inside that inversion again. Tapped it. Right back to an area we were calling for. Premium discount. That's in a premium, I bet. If I pull my fib tool from there to there. It's an optimum trade entry. Oh, sorry. No, it's not. Not quite 50%. Just short of it. But it did tap our 1 minute. Did not get into that. Interesting. Okay. We might take one more run up there then. One more run into here. That'll give you your 50%. That would be a nice one if you could push all the way up into carrot land. Right up into here. There's the edge of your Sibby fill right here. That's definitely 50%. Look for a premium. Back to original consolidation. Oh, Nelly. Do you see that, folks? Do you see that? Multiple different potential points of entry here. inside this guy here. Still haven't hit 50% of that yet, have we? Nope. A full fill of this was just over 50%. We're still inside this guy here. There's a little imbalance down here. I want to see this really start to push through this order block. Don't hang up on it. Push through. Don't sit on the mean threshold. There you go. We're just closed above it. Push up. All these wicks trying to get up there. We may not get up that high. That 1 minute inversion is holding price right now. Still not 50% of that range though. Oh my goodness, I'm tired. This is expending a lot of mental capital this morning. Fill the fair value gap, break down into this one, fill of that fair value gap, come back up, fill this fair value gap, which is right there. That will definitely put us into this breaker. We may just see this. Well, it's definitely in there now. Good. That's too bad, Furbo. Sorry to hear that, man. You have really slow internet, then it's hard to get a decent read on it. Just keep practicing your entry. Come up with your plan. Look for your exits. Look for where your plan fails. Stick to your rules. Don't chase price. I want this to come right into this order block here. And see how close I am? I'm not chasing it. It's got to come to me. I like 50% of this leg. Again, we've traded that a couple of times today. We've seen that, so I'd like to see this breaker hold. If I can get 50% of that leg, great. If I can't, we've been calling just over 50% of the retracement here. Like if you look at this this retracement here. Oops. %62. Optimum trade entry inside an inversion. Not quite the fair value gap I wanted. To tippy tappy. Give me my breaker. And it was just a few handles short. Again, it doesn't come to me, then I'm not chasing it. We've had multiple setups all day today, calling them all morning. So I'm not worried about missing one or two or a dozen. They're happening all the frickin' time. I see what happens. I haven't been calling it minute by minute, so you got to start going back. And if you're not calling it minute by minute, you better start before you put in a trade in. Reevaluate where you are in your overall grand scheme of things, because I love that. It just tells me how close I am. Calling these lower time frame ones. This was just, I love it how close we're getting to precision. Order blocks valid now. Order blocks valid. Order blocks valid. These are all good support levels. You want to find support off of them. Beautiful. Then you get below these things like breakers. When you swing above an old high, that they come back, you find some support at them. Like, ugh, this is lovely. Now you want to see this all fill in here now. This would be the next big pump down. And if I'm wrong, my stop loss should not be above that. Just a fraction over it. That might have been it right there. See that? I'm just a fraction over it. That may come up one more time and tap it. I'm off that candle instead of off the breaker. If that runs the low now, I'll close that out. I just missed it. It should have been right there. I may not have got it anyway. But we'll stick it right. We'll leave it at that spot. See that there? Body comes down, comes back up, finds some support at it right here. And we're down. I missed it. Look how close I was. Again. So close. So close. That's precision, folks. That's precision. Beautiful, beautiful thing. A beautiful thing. We're going to have a laser entry there. Are you guys excited about this stuff? Do you like this stuff? Are you enjoying it? I certainly am. We know what the carrot, we know what he likes. He likes carrot. He likes tasty carrot. Look at that. See, tippy tappy. He gets us again. We have to scale that sucker out right there. That would have been how many handles? 36 to 10. There would have been 25 handles right there. Okay, so breaker now. As soon as we get below here, gonna tempt my tummy with a taste of nuts and honey. Honey, avocado, honey nut Cheerios. Okay, so look for this old low inversion or tweezers. Look at these guys down here. Right down here. Hot diggity dang. See, Tyree, we're calling it, like, you can't get any more frustrated than that. But I'm going to celebrate that as, what a delicious potential entry. My precision is, I'm going to tell my brain, your precision is getting so freaking close. Support yourself. Don't beat yourself up for missing this run here. You go, well, look at how freaking close I was. Man, I totally... Now I just go to refine it and say, yeah, it was going for the swing. The swing would have totally taken me in, but I was going for the breaker. Didn't hit the breaker. Just a shy... What was that? Like half a handle shy of my entry. That's okay. That's okay. That's some damn precision, let me tell you. And then to get excited, just say, yes, this is going to happen over and over and over again. So I will get the precision I want. I will get what I want. Back to the breaker. No, where's the breaker? Right here. Look how close we were there. How close we were there. I love it. I love it. Happy brain, happy brain. Okay, I want you guys to see, we're going to do an exercise here. I want you guys to type in the comment section of the thing, I love my brain. Not my brain, your brain. I love my brain. Say it to yourself, guys. Say it to yourself. Give yourself some love. Love that brain of yours. Time for you to get some housework done for my bride before she gets home. Some sweeper, dishes, etc. Because it's Valentine's Day. It's that time of year where I actually clean the house. Ah, bless you, Derek. Congratulations. Happy Valentine's Day to you and your lovely wife. I wish you all an awesome day. Go and have some fun, my friend. It's now lunchtime anyway. I might be out of here as well. I love Derek's brain. No, not you. You gotta say you love your brain, not my brain. Your brain. Be kind to yourself, folks. Be kind to your brain. Be kind to the people around you. Love each other. Share. Smile. Make somebody laugh. You justify your day. Like my mom says, if you make somebody smile, you make somebody laugh, you've justified your day today. So hopefully you guys have had a good smile, had a good laugh, got some excitement today. Yeah, you got to see some nice precision trades, how close we can be, how laser focused we can be and still be just outside of a good trade. But that's okay. It just tells me that we're getting in. We're zeroing in on it, man. And we're calling on a 1 minute chart. We're on a 1 minute chart, you guys. Do you realize that? We're on a 1 minute chart and we're calling it candle by freaking candle. If that doesn't get your blood boiling and so excited, I don't know what will. Well, it's Valentine's Day. I can think of some other things that might get you going. You're out of here. See you later then, Abs. Thanks for popping in, man. I appreciate it. Appreciate all the time you spend here. All of you. Thank you, thank you. It's my Valentine's gift. Thank you. Market has finally decided to drop a bit, huh? Not so late. Yes, indeed. I can see Derek standing there with his apron on, vacuum in his hands, vacuuming the same spot over and over while he still stares at the charts. Are you approaching the bullish breaker, buy side breaker from yesterday evening silver bullet? 17,650. 17,650. $17,650. Where are we coming up to? 1010. There, we're inside that breaker now. Finally popped into it. Now you want to see if this provides support, or if we just zip up into here. You're still inside this breaker, inside this inversion. Catch this old low. Stop loss goes above that order block for a further run down. We're digging into this inversion here now, or sorry, I keep calling everything an inversion and everything a mean threshold. I apologize for that. This consolidation we've got right here, this like bull flag, we're dipping back into the bull flag. Now are we going to pull up and take off on this? Like we've just come back and filled that little tiny fair value gap right here, that BISI. Nothing else down here. Maybe a little tiny one down in here still. Let me stretch that out a bit. Yeah, there's one right there. One right there. Okay, there's that low order block. See, we tap the low. Let's see if we get a reaction off this and leave that piece open. If not, we're going to get a fill. Fill brings us right to this 2 minute breaker here. Now, if we start closing above that high here, this is our line in the sand for short for me. And if you're right in tight, you put your buy order in right here, stop loss there, super tight for a short. And if a body starts to trade above it, you get out before it hits your stop loss. If it doesn't take your stop loss out with a wick, of course. So right now it's coming right into this candle here. There we go. Right there. Bang. Not a good thing. You want to see that react off of there and rip down. Where is it going to close? Oof, we still got lots of candle left. All right. Yeah, I don't like that. That's still sitting there. If you're in, get out. Wait. Wait for it. You can't pick the high. We'll see where that closes. The wick could do the damage. But see how it was just hovering there? It doesn't snap off of it. You got to really watch these PD arrays and watch how they react off of them. If they just tap it, pop down a little bit and just sit there and just hover there, then they're looking to run up. See how the body's now closed above this? That gives me an indication that this inversion now becomes support to go higher. See that? See how we tap it? We're starting getting a reaction off of it. We got a body through it, come back. So if you were long, there's your stop loss. If you were long, short on that and you went, oh, it closed above, you wait for this retracement back in and you got break even. So now you sit on the sidelines and wait. So that's kind of a quick way to protect yourself if you're on the wrong side, if you get this kind of thing. Now, I can't guarantee you're always going to get this. If you're on the wrong side, it comes back and taps you in. But if you waited until the very last minute to get in on that close of that, then you saw it pop up, you go, uh-oh, that's not good. It closed, you go, okay, when it comes back down to that, I'm out. Because we have more upside going. Because that's the violation of my rule. Or my rule, not yours. Well, that's just my rule. Anyway, if it's your rule, great. You can have it. Are we approaching that? You have pushed me out. You have pushed me out the door. Derek sounds like he's on the movie Silence of the Lambs. Hannibal Lecter. Do you smell the candles, Clarice? Do you smell the candles, Clarice? Do you hear them screaming? The lambs. Last text. S&P wants to go down and hit that 1 hour order block. Then we'll sit there the rest of the day and do nothing. LOL. Well, Derek has told it what it's doing. Damn you, S&P. You're going to listen to what Derek has to say. We'll sit down and hit this order block and sit here. Yeah, I could see that coming all the way down there, bro. Right into that. It could come back, revisit this, come back to that candle. Just doing what we just did in NASDAQ. Come back up, tag that low, roll over, come back down again. Just rinse and repeat exactly what we just did here in NASDAQ. See that where it popped down, ran back up into it? Right in here. Oh, it hasn't hit it yet. Wait, stand by. Where are we at here? No, see, we could push up one more time into that candle's low, roll over and come back down. Fill that little fair value gap right there. Inside this inversion, we don't see a wick come up, come down, and close inside this thing here. So the wick's going to do the damage by coming back to that order block. Same thing with E-mini S&P. Does it have the same kind of setup happening? Let me make this a little bigger. So we have right there, there's an inversion. We come back up, hit that, fill this, roll over, come back down and start filling this wick in again. You're hoping this candle provides a level of support, that inversion. So I would draw my candles like this. That's where you want to see inside there, no more higher than that. If you put your stop loss up here at the mean threshold, if this wick body starts to come through this thing and dig in, you're on the wrong side of it. You might get a big run up into that open or the mean threshold. So right there, lows, and that inversion is the place you want to see this price come back into. If this holds here and we start another hourly candle at 1 o'clock and it runs up into here and then comes back down, it could be looking to take out this these equal highs all up here for lunch. Then roll over and come back down into this. That's your pivot spot right there. Little fair value gap sitting right there, see that? Little tiny one, fill, order block, roll over, look for this divide support. That becomes the inversion that you want to see come up underneath it and start driving back down again. If this one closes above here, look for it to provide some support, continue up, and then look for next price leg up above this old high here. And that's the inversion way over on that side there to there. So we could see lunch taking out this high now, back into here, into this order block, consolidation again, roll over and come back down. See, when you look at this candle forming here, our carrot hit their carrot objective nicely, reacted off of it. Now we've got this order block, break above it, validates it, comes back into the body, starts to move up. We got above this inversion right here, body gets above it, there's the inversion, you come back in, you tap the inversion, you continue up. So now you go bullish. Just from that little cluster there, you say, I'm going bullish. Now, I know it's hindsight, but that's, if I was calling that, that's exactly what I would have called. That is your line in the sand for a change in direction. This, you keyed off this order block, you go, great. Now, if I lose this, great, now I'm going long. Entry 1, 2, 3, stop loss goes back down here, and wait. And you're looking for first payout. And then look for support. Oh, ran through it. Great. Now is it going to provide a level of support? Right there. Support. Support. Now you want to see it. Hold that and push up. Now I can dip into this level quite significantly, which is also another little fair value gap here. I'd like to see that stay open though, and then push up higher. If it doesn't, then look for that whole inversion right there to hold price. If it doesn't hold price, and we've just come back into this candle right there. You see him? Run down. It's the next up close candle above you. So this would be nice if it would stay there, give some support, and we're looking for upside some more. Even all this up here. Because the wonderful things he does. So took off into the Wizard of Oz there for a moment. Oh, look at that. Isn't that strange? That's the next price leg off of here. Look at this. This is an inversion. An interesting little place for us to pop onto. I like it. I like it. Do you like it? Is that what you like? Yes, 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 yes. Provide a level of support. Let's put the carrot there. If we get a roll over into here, this piece lines up with the top of that one. Michael has a couple of SB entries posted on Telegram. I think Michael's trying to catch some leaker right now. Whatever bozo's out there leaking Michael's stuff. I don't know what possesses people to screw around with that guy. He's like a legend, and people still want to screw him over, try and make a couple of bucks off of his stuff, being doing it the lazy way. It infuriates me when I hear people just trying to rip him off. Don't rip him off, man. Just, he's offering shit for free. Put the work in, put the time in. That's what I say. Put the time and the effort in. Now kick off of there. Start coming back up again. If we blow through that, now that would be the next price leg up. That would be my drop mic moment. I can drop the mic and say, look at the precision I just gave you on that leg up. If it blows through, I'd just say, ah, well, I'll put the mic down gently. So that's the next price leg projection from there. I suppose you could come into here some more, but I'd like to see that hold now. Now, calling that before it happens, that is all based on hindsight practice. So anybody who tells you hindsight predictions are bullshit, there's no way I could have predicted that run from there to there if I hadn't practiced hindsight stuff. We set this up before it happened. If it makes it there, that's like it was called before it happened. And that's the line in the sand for me. If we trade below this with a body, then that idea is out. You can say, yeah, your hindsight shit didn't work. You can hack on it if you want. Now I want to see this. I don't like seeing it linger here. Start snapping up. Maybe my carrot's too far away. I've got to give a little sniff here. There you go. Come on. Come get your carrot. Ah, that's funny. Come get you some carrot. Ah, don't you find that humorous? I find that funny. Come on, get your carrot right here. Nutritious and delicious. Are you guys laughing? Are you guys having a good time here? This is all looking good now. Create a fair value gap in here, pop in, let's go for a run. And I'm not trading it as usual. SB entries. Short buy entries posted on Telegram. Short buy? Is that what SB means? I wouldn't go short right now. Unless he's keying off of here. Unless he's keying off of here. I could be wrong. Mean threshold of that big breaker. Consolidation. I'd like to see that push for here. Now I'm starting to second guess myself because you said Michael's going short. No, I still think that's long. This would be a nice little propulsion candle now. We'll start to dig into this, eat through that mean threshold. The fact that we're lingering here and not hitting it and bapping off of it real fast. Now we can come back down and tap that. Is the carrot too far away again? Should I move it a little closer? Silver bullet, I think. Oh, SB, silver bullet. Okay. Is he taking the silver bullet short? Still wouldn't take this short yet. It likes my carrot. Can you smell what the crop is cooking? Not the rock, but the crop. It's carrots. Can you smell the carrots, my friends? You guys are going to go out to the grocery store now and just have this craving for carrots. Here's my hypnosis for you. You love the smell of carrots. Carrots are good for you. They're good for your eyes. They smell and does taste deliciously. I like this. It's a good dig. Find some support off the order block now. Here's our step. Inversion. Order block. Step off it. Keep that open. Run up some more. And remember our carrots way up here. That's the price leg I'm looking for. And that would be a very beautiful precision entry for an awesome exit. If you get that, that's 25. If anybody took that, 24, 70, that's 50 handles right there. And then I will move to the sidelines, drop my microphone, and smile to myself saying, damn, I have a happy brain. I'm happy my brain found that. Celebrate the positive self-talk, my friends. Self-talk. Love the skin you're in. How's that for Neutrogena commercial? Love the brain you have. Love it, love it, love it. Look at that. It smells carrot. It smells what the crop is cooking. How far back am I grabbing? How far back? That's a good question. It's a very good question. This guy's way back here at 11 o'clock. I've got this daily inversion fair value gap's way over here. That's back on the 7th of February. So it depends on the time frame you're in, really, I suppose. I like to get them relatively close, like within this little box here, because I find that those ones are the strongest. Like just back over whatever is in this box here. Oh my God, I'm going to drop my microphone and smile. High five, you guys. I would take my stop loss right here, right now, and I'd slam that sucker right up behind here. I'd be moving into zero stress trading right now. Now, why didn't I take that? I don't know. There's my psychology again. I called it right on precision. Still didn't take it. Scale out a piece right there if you're in. Scale out a piece there if you're in. But if you're a good farmer and you're going for the crop, look at that. It's just smelling that carrot. That's so juicy. So juicy. So juicy. Come to the carrot. Come to the carrot. I had the same. It is the lunch, no trade zone. So clearly the lunchtime is not marking time. it's still climbing. Come on, tap my carrot so I can peacock my way out of this session this morning. And I'm going to prepare the almighty text message, the Michael text message. Here it goes right here, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to put it on there. Wait for it. Wait for it. You feel the carrot? I'll let it feast on the carrot. I won't tease it anymore. And then I'm out of here. Let me turn the carrot sideways. Don't come here to me. I am so tempting to eat. Yummy. That, my friends, is what Michael calls boom. That is what we call boom. Yes, indeedy. With extra stuff because my fingers were all over my thing. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's session, ladies and gentlemen. As the algo continues to feast on our carrot, I hope you enjoyed yourself. I'm dropping my microphone and I'm out of here. Love you guys. Thanks very much for popping in. That was a super fun day. I think we all made some Monopoly money today. Stay true to yourself, my friends. Tyree, stay golden, man. This stuff is all within your grasp. None of what I've done here today is rocket science. None of what I've done here today is anything that the rest of you couldn't do on a regular basis. You just got to have a little more courage to get in that I did. But anyway, I hope you guys had some fun. I had fun with you guys today. Thank you for popping in. And I will see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning for the Thursday potential reversal. If we run back up into this order block here, look for a mean threshold, and do we roll over and come back down tomorrow? Like, do we play around here for the rest of the day, or are we going for this old highs here and this potential run back up into here? Look for this big range. Look for 62%. What kind of arrays up here still support price to go higher? Okay, so look for this wick. Look for 50. Take that wick right here on the hourly, right there, and split it into quarters. If you lose the 50% of that wick, look for the highs. How's that? I'll leave you guys with that. And as usual, I'm Darren Hancock. I'm out of here. This is Breakfast Club signing off for Wednesday, February 14th. I'll see you guys live and in the markets tomorrow at bright and early, 7 o'clock my time, or Zimbabwe time, lunchtime, for my friends in Zimbabwe. Give yourself some love, you guys. Give yourself a pat on the back. Talk positive to your brain. See you guys tomorrow.